It took me initially, after that opening I described, it was about 2 years, particularly 18 months, where my life got turned upside down. I had to focus full time on clearing out all of this intense feeling and subconscious stuff and emotion and shadow and what have you to calibrate my psyche, to calibrate my nervous system. My nervous system was going crazy for almost a year and a half. I'd wake up every morning and literally the room was like swirling around me because of
Wow.
that. The body needs to get attuned to this. And this is where people who have expertise in Kundalini stuff, they call it Kundalini syndrome, where basically too much electricity, too much energy can start to flow through your body, where it can basically, just like too much electricity through a circuit board will fry the circuit board. The body can basically not be able to handle this much charge. So everything has to recalibrate around it. And so things seem very extraordinary, very weird, very strange at first. But over time, things normalize to the degree that it can just be like nothing's different whatsoever in a sense. So it's really important to pick that apart. And it also ties into really for people out there, meditation. This is the meditation conversation. What is meditation about? Where does it lead? Formal meditation is developed particularly by communities who are looking to understand the nature of the self, reality, etc. And that is a realization. That's something that can be experienced and known directly through knowledge. You can intellectualize it and philosophize about it, but primarily, certainly for the Eastern traditions, they're about really knowing it, like direct experience. And people think that's a peak experience or something like that. But the fact of the matter is that meditation, if you push it all the way to its nth degree in terms of realizing the self or what have you, that's not something that the peak experience is related to. That the changes that take place, that's not a realization of something new. It's not a realization of something that you didn't know in a certain sense before. It's more like why the word recognizing or remembering is actually a good word, is that it's really the most simplistic thing you could ever imagine, which is that here and now, beingness, presence, these words. We run a podcast called the Field Dynamics Podcast, and everybody we talk to, all the different healers we talk to, 90% of them mention that presence is the most important thing in the work that they do. And presence just means your ability to be here and now. Why is that a special thing? And why aren't we just by default here and now, even though it sounds like a paradox? The simplicity of now is really everything. And so the extraordinary really folds back into the mundane most of the time, I think. So people should be excited by the extraordinary. And I get that because I think that was a leading edge for me. But fundamentally, I like to bring things back to being in your life, being in your body, connected to your desires, your purpose, your ability to choose something consciously, follow through with that. And then what's getting in the way?